I'm even more confused, and you will be too when you hear Mitchell Robinson speak about his load management plan. And also, the Knicks recently made a move on Pacome Dadiet, and in the process, they revealed their future plans for him. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. This episode is presented by FanDuel. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. Mitchell Robinson stays cryptic on his load management plan. Mitchell Robinson returned against the Chicago Bulls, and he was limited to 20 minutes in his return. But now that he's back, we should see him more frequently, right? Well, honestly, even after the game, we're left asking more questions than we are receiving answers. Shout out to Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us this following information. According to him, Mitchell Robinson offered neither clarity nor explanation for his 4-game absence to start the season. Instead, backhanding questions about the confusing load management plan. According to Robinson, I ain't telling you nothing. That's what he said on Friday in his first comments since his 3-week hiatus for what the Knicks were calling left ankle injury load management. The only thing he has to say is, I ain't telling you nothing. Now, maybe he's trolling, maybe he's doing something else, but honestly, that's your response after missing so many weeks with load management? That's not good enough. But let's continue. Bondy continues here by stating, pressed with a couple of follow-ups, Mitchell Robinson said he has missed games and that was part of the plan, but he's unaware if it will be in place all season. Robinson also denied that there was a setback or that he got injured again during this hiatus. According to Robinson, nah, it's part of the plan. The details of that plan, however, aren't being shared or explained. Mike Brown stated it's dictated by the medical staff. Robinson said he's involved. According to Robinson, it's been stressful to watch. When I bring a lot to the table, we're missing that right now. The running part of Mike Brown's system is going to be a bear at first, but I'm going to keep working and keep pushing myself. That's according to Mitchell Robinson as he gets worked into this new role under Mike Brown. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I mean? Even after the game, even after he returned, we still have no idea about Mitchell Robinson and his load management plan. Even worse than that, his load management plan does not make sense unless he suffered another injury. And I'm not the only person who believes that. NBA insider with the New York Post, Steph Bondy, he stated the exact same thing too. According to Bondy, Mitchell Robinson's load management plan makes no sense unless he suffered a setback in preseason. But nobody wants to acknowledge it. And the way he's phrasing it, nobody wants to acknowledge it. It sounds like to me that even he believes Mitchell Robinson suffered some form of injury during this load management period. And that's the real reason why the Knicks held him back. Robinson played the last game. So you would think with all of these days in between, he should be playing this game, right? Well, the only player on the Knicks injury report as of right now is Mitchell Robinson. Shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us this following information. As you can see here, Mitchell Robinson is questionable for today's game against the Bulls with left ankle injury management. Once again, load management. No one else is on the Knicks injury report, only Mitchell Robinson. Now, I'm not saying this means that he is going to miss today's game. However, because he's questionable, there's a chance. I also don't know how the Knicks are playing this load management plan with Mitchell Robinson. Is he going to play one game, then miss a few games, and then play again? Or is he going to continue to play until the Knicks get to a back-to-back situation, and then at that point in time, he's going to miss the back-to-back, but be available for the next game that isn't a back-to-back? I don't know how the Knicks are going to play it, but given the situation, the fact that Mitchell Robinson is questionable for tonight's matchup against the Chicago Bulls, I can only think that New York is continuing to take a cautious approach with Mitchell Robinson and him playing during this season. They want to make sure he's fully healthy for the postseason. And while I understand that, we still need him during the regular season. He still needs to build that chemistry with this team under Mike Brown's new system. Another thing the Knicks did recently was make a move on one of their young players, Pacome Dadiet. Now, you might be asking yourself, what move could they make on Dadiet when he's already part of the team? Well, he has a contract option that needed to be picked up. And the Knicks recently, they picked up that option. And when they did that, in the process, they revealed their future plans for Pacome Dadiet, at least for this season. Let's break down exactly what information we have on New York and what they want to do with Dadiet. Shout out to Steph Bondy with the New York Post for giving us this following information. According to him, the Knicks exercised their contract option for next season for Pacome Dadiet. Dadiet, a 2024 first-round pick, is viewed as a prospect with potential as a 6'9" wing despite not being in the rotation. The Knicks hope Dadiet will develop under their new coaching staff. The plan is for Dadiet to get game experience this season in the G League with the Westchester Knicks. If the Knicks hadn't picked up Dadiet's option by Friday, he would have become a free agent after the season. And clearly, New York does not want him to become a free agent. They want him to remain on this team. Now, whether they want him to remain on this team because they like him and they believe in him, or they want to use him in a potential future trade, that's anybody's guess. But keeping him on this team, that's a no-brainer. You should pick up his contract option. Why let him be a free agent next season for no reason? That doesn't make sense. I agree with this move. I like what the Knicks are doing. And honestly, him developing in Westchester this season so he can get better for future seasons, that's the way to go. He's still young. He still needs a lot of work. He still needs to develop. And what better way to develop than with other Knick players in the G League? He's going to be there with Kevin McCullough Jr. and Mohamed Diawara. And if he can thrive with those two players, then that means our Knicks of the future could be Pacome Dadiet, Mohamed Diawara, and Kevin McCullough Jr. The only way to know that is to invest in these kids and develop them. And right now, with the Knicks picking up Pacome Dadiet's option and exercising their right to keep him on this team, they're doing exactly that. They're adding more talent to see what that Westchester Knicks team can do. And if Dadiet shines, you never know. Next season, we could potentially be talking about him earning a prominent role on the Knicks bench. Shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this latest information and these updated odds on who's going to win tonight's matchup between the undefeated Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks. And as you can see here, the Knicks, they are favored in this matchup to beat Chicago at MSG tonight, even though they lost the previous game on Friday night to the Chicago Bulls in what I'm calling one of the worst second quarters I have ever seen, especially because of the defense. But tonight is a revenge game for New York, and revenge better be on their minds. They let a young Bulls team, who for this season wasn't really expected to do anything, beat them down and do it in a way that New York wants to do it in. Fast pace, constant ball movement, great defensive pressure, moving the ball, getting the best shot, or cutting and driving inside to make it harder on the defense. The Knicks, they were not doing that on Friday. The Bulls, they were. Tonight is revenge time. The Knicks better come in ready, locked in, and focused, because this Bulls team, they want to beat us again. They want to add another victory to their win column. And New York, we cannot lose 4 games straight. We can't lose 3 games on the road, come back home to MSG, and lose again. If that happens, I can only imagine the uproar that's about to happen in New York City. To avoid all of that, let's make sure the Knicks take care of business tonight, beat down the Bulls, give them their first loss of the season, make sure we forget about this road trip with an amazing win in MSG tonight. I know the Knicks can do it if they come together as a team and play as a team. If the defense is not there again, though, then the same thing that happened on Friday will happen again tonight, and that's not something I want to see. But what about you guys? What do you think about Mitchell Robinson still remaining cryptic on his load management plan with the Knicks? And what about Pacome Dadiet and the Knicks picking up his option? Let me know how you feel about that too as well in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.